before I continue reading this, I'm very, very excited to find out what's going to happen. I should point out that it's not my book, I don't own it, it's my mum's. Don't know what that says about her. Well, I do, but I'm not going to say it. So, enjoy. So, chapter 3, Motives. I have a problem with the first sentence, as you can probably guess. The sun was so deeply buried behind the clouds that there was no way to tell if it had set or not. I think you can, no matter how thick cloud cover is, I think you can tell whether it's day or night. That's never been a problem for me before. So Bella and her mum are having a bit of a chat about boys, Edward in particular, and her mum sort of puts into words something that no other character in the Twilight universe, which I'm now going to call the Twilyverse, has sort of put into words so well, because she says, it's just different. He's very intense about you, and very careful. I feel like I don't really understand your relationship, like there's some secret I'm missing. Now, I felt like that since I've even heard of these books and know what's going on in it. Nobody knows why they're together. There's no connection. They don't have anything in common. They don't have anything. There's another one of those strange sentences that just sounds a bit wrong. Bella goes home back to Charlie, her dad, the one that can't cook, and he says, "How was Jacksonville?" And she replies, "Moist." There's actually a nice little subplot going on with Charlie and his adventures in the kitchen, because Bella comes back and Charlie's like, "I really missed you, Bells. The food around here sucks when you're gone," because he's still putting metal in the microwave, clearly, and still making things blow up, and she needs to be there to, you know, yank the door open. Stephanie writes like a 12-year-old poet, and Bella's remembering, she talks to Jacob on the phone, and then she starts remembering all these things, and he says, his familiar husky voice sent a wave of wistfulness through me. 1,000 memories spun in my head, tangling together. A rocky beach strewn with driftwood trees, a garage made of plastic sheds, warm sodas in a paper bag, a tiny room with one too small shabby love seat. Oh, it's just the laughter in his deep-set black eyes, the feverish heat of his big hand around mine, the flash of his white teeth against his dark skin, his face stretching into the wide smile that had always been like a key to a secret door where only kindred spirits could enter. It's just bollocks, it really is. It means nothing, literally. Less than nothing. Nothing plus minus. Nothing minus more. And minus more again. That's how much it means. It's just crap, it really is. But enjoyable somehow. It's actually getting quite exciting now. They're having a little argument in the car park outside the school, and Jacob and Edward both know something, but no one's telling Bella, and she's watching, and she says, "I heard the quick gasp, 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 gasp," in little italics, of the air dragging through my lips, but I couldn't stop it. It looked like the school was shaking, like there was an earthquake, but I knew it was my own trembling that caused the illusion. Who trembles so much that it's like an earthquake in their head? What the fuck? She can't write! I tried to pull myself together, but my eyes were swimming in moisture. She can't put words together that means they make sense and sound alright. She just can't do it. For the readers that are interested, we get to see what the two main characters' handwriting looks like, which is quite nice, isn't it, really? That's what you want to know. Look, you get to see they're writing notes to each other in class, discussing all of these problems they have. They don't, don't want to wait, they don't skip class, they just sort of write little notes. Well, Edward writes a whole paragraph. Do you know why Edward writes a whole paragraph? Because he's the most perfect man on the planet. Chapter 4, Nature, and it's business as usual with Bella. I was having a bad week. When has she ever had a good week in her life? I knew that essentially nothing had changed. Even she realises how boring and repetitive she is. Her life is stuck in a cycle of rain and depression and Edward and Edward and Edward and Edward. So she sort of goes through all of the reasons why it's a bad week, and all the vampires are talking about how they're going to protect her because she's going to be killed. I'm not really following what's happening actually, but yeah, and then she sums up, all in all, a very bad week, and today was the worst day in it. It was always a bad day when Edward was away. Oh God, why? While Edward's away, he's left her a little note on her pillow, which says, "I'll be back so soon you won't have time to miss me. Look after my heart, I've left it with you." I think the writers got bored as well in this chapter, because she's just started describing things for no real reason, and just describing them quite strangely. She's just... Bella's eating her breakfast slowly, one Cheerio at a time. Then, when I'd washed the dishes, I arranged the magnets on the fridge into a perfect line. Maybe I was developing obsessive-compulsive disorder. The last two magnets, round, black, utilitarian pieces, that were my favourites because they could hold 10 sheets of paper to the fridge without breaking a sweat. You know when magnets break a sweat, and it's like, oh no, they're falling off the fridge. Did not want to cooperate with my fixation. Their polarities were reversed. Every time I tried to line the last one up, the other jumped out of place. What is this? Why is there a story of the magnets? For some reason, impending mania, perhaps, this really irritated me. Why couldn't they just play nice? Stupid with stubbornness, I kept shoving them together, as if I was expecting them to suddenly give up. I could have flipped one over, but that felt like losing. She's losing her fucking mind. Finally, exasperated at myself more than the magnets, I pulled them from the fridge and held them together with my two hands. You know, her two hands. It took a little effort. They were strong enough to put up a fight. But I forced them to coexist side by side. See, I said out loud, talking to inanimate objects. Never a good sign. That's not so horrible, is it? What the fuck was all that about, seriously? This magnet subplot is still going on. Like a page and a half for just moving things on a fridge. I stood there like an idiot for a second. Only a second, Bella. Not quite able to admit that I wasn't having any lasting effect against scientific principles. Then, with a sigh, I put the magnets back on the fridge, a foot apart. She's very precise in all of her. There's no need to be so inflexible, I muttered. It was still too early, but I decided I'd better get out of the house before the inanimate objects started talking back. Because, you know, there's always a danger that inanimate objects will talk back, you know. So, best leave the house before that happens. I think I'm going to stop there because the inanimate objects are starting to talk back. And I want to put things on the fridge, so, you know. Thank you very much for watching. My friend Maura made a response video to the previous video I did, which I'll link down there somewhere, because it's pretty funny, and if you want to watch it, I watched it twice, and it was good. I'll make the next one quite soon, probably. Sorry, I'm eating chocolate raisins. Chocolate raisins! Ah! What was I saying? Oh yeah, I've made 2 videos with my friend Matt. One where we talk about the TV show Doctor Who, another one where we talk about various TV shows, including Peep Show and Black Books and some other ones, I can't remember what. I'll link to those as well if you're interested. I'm also going to be continuing to make videos with my friend Ollie, the one with the fringe, quite soon, so that'll be fun. If you want to suggest anything for me and Ollie to make videos about, then go for it, down there somewhere. If you like the videos, then click like. If you want to subscribe, then please do. I'll say thanks and go, thanks. There's quite a lot left, isn't there?